history knows, milestones and local heroes. Sports, shorts, event reports, news you'll use of every sort. Celebrations and on location.
Plugged In, the TV show with what you want to know, what you need to know, and what you'd like to know about what's going on in your town this week.
Get plugged into your life, plug into here and now.
Get plugged in on your local cable station.
Good evening and welcome to the Saturday edition of Plugged In. I'm your host, Valerie Cruz. Tonight we have stories from all across our Georgian Bay viewing area. We hope you'll stay with us as we bring you the stories from your community this weekend.
Whether it's a short drive to the store or a long drive in the country, Tom Smith Chevrolet will get you there. Trucks, you won't be out of luck once you cruise the lot at Tom Smith Chevrolet. And cars, you won't have to look far for those either at Tom Smith Chevrolet. Tom Smith Country, Chevrolet, Oldsmobile, Chevy Trucks on King Street in Midland. Proud to sponsor Plugged In Tuesday through Saturday at 6:30 p.m.
You're watching Rogers Community TV, serving the communities of Simcoe Gray.
Welcome to Plugged In. The Rotary Club Spring Food Drive is on in the Midland Penetanguishene area. Their goal is to collect 10,000 pounds of food in the next few weeks. Let's see how they're doing.
So, Terry, what's happening today?
Well, we're here today at the Midland IGA for the first day of the food drive in support of the local community food banks. And we're very pleased with the support so far from the community. We've only been here since 10 o'clock this morning, and as you can see, we're overflowing with food.
Wow.
We're just ecstatic
tons
about
of
the
stuff
support.
here.
Yes.
What-
And what's going to happen over the next 4 weekends is that you're going to see local Rotarians, both from Midland and the Penetanguishene clubs, asking for your support. The food banks are in dire need of more food, and we're just here to help.
Okay, now what sort of things are you asking for?
We're asking for non-perishable goods, canned food, cereals,
I think that's
diapers.
macaroni and cheese. I bet that'll be a big favorite.
That's always good. Macaroni and cheese. We also like to get lots of powdered milk, baby pablum. Lots of the baby products are in big demand. So anything that you'd like to put in these bags is more than welcome.
So you'll be back, Rotary Club members will be back here and in other food stores again Thursday?
Starting next Thursday, yes. We'll be here Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of next weekend. So watch for us at Midland A&P, the Midland IGA, the Value Mart Downtown Midland, and the Penetanguishene IGA. So you'll
Okay.
see members of both Midland and Penetanguishene clubs out in full support of this great community project.
Terrific. Well, good luck, Terry. Thank you.
Thank you.
And who do we have here? You've just picked up something for the food drive.
That's right, Everett Marshall.
And now you just didn't do that because these two young ladies here had just given you a kiss, did you?
Oh, no.
But that helped.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your donation.
Thank you.
We're at Austin 99, just ending up the final games of the day of the whole tournament. Fast-paced Stratford will pull out in this lead, beating Peterborough in the first half. But nothing beats experience as Jesse Young, a national team, ranked first in Canada, actually, high school league, brings the experience to the Peterborough squad. And as the coach said that I talked to after the game, they just hung on to Jesse's coattails. He led the team with 30 points, 14 rebounds, and 3 assists. That speaks for itself. Unfortunately, they penetrated Strathroy's amazing energy throughout the whole game, beating them 69-50. Now, earlier into the day today, we had the bronze medal game, which was between Chatham and Barrie Central. Quick start for both teams. Chatham making some minor errors, which gave Barrie the opening that they needed for the first half. But it seemed although a different story in the second half, coming out Barrie Central and Chatham fighting neck and neck for the bronze medal. Barrie would never say die, though, taking Austin's bronze medal, beating out Chatham's energy 54-50. That's Officer 99. I'm Nikki Conley for Plugged In.
In sports, the Owen Sound Platers head into the last week of the season fighting for third place in the conference. Tonight, they have a key matchup against Sarnia. Gary Hahn gives us a preview.
Tonight here at the Harry Lumley Bayshore Community Centre, Ontario Hockey League action has the Owen Sound Platers hosting the Sarnia Sting. Now this is the second half of a home-and-home Friday in Sarnia, Saturday back here at the Harry Lumley Bayshore Community Centre. The Sting still holding out hopes of trying to catch the Owen Sound Platers and overtake them in the overall Western Conference standings. Whenever Mark Hunter brings his hockey team in, you know it's going to be an exciting game. Maybe the best goaltender in the entire OHL, very underrated Patrick DeRoche, will be leading the Sarnia Sting as they try to upset the Platers right here on home ice. And don't forget, we'll have it for you on the Rogers Cable Network with a tape delay in Owen Sound. That's the Platers and the Sarnia Sting, 7:30 tonight here at the Harry Lumley Bayshore Community Centre. Plugged in Owen Sound, I'm Gary Hahn.
We'll be right back with the Environment Canada weather forecast. Please stay tuned to Plugged In.
At Rogers, we know you don't just watch TV. You read, you surf, you stay in touch. It's why you've got to become a VIP member. You won't just save real money on cable. You'll save 10% on Rogers at Home, Cantel AT&T Cellular, AT&T Canada Long Distance, and more. The VIP program. Only we could put something like this together, but only someone like you can appreciate it. You're not going to miss all this, are you? In this part of television land, nothing is too big or too small. And where you are matters more than where you're from. 30 years ago, Rogers created community television to cover the things that happen close to home, to cover the places where we meet and talk, places where anything can happen. Because in this part of television land, you don't have to be famous to be important. In this part of television land, small doesn't mean insignificant. A little determination goes a long way. And you just never know when you'll rub elbows with immortality. 30 years ago, Rogers created community television to cover the things that happen close to home. Because in this part of television land, big things happen in small places. At Rogers, we know you don't just watch TV. You read, you surf, you stay in touch. It's why you've got to become a VIP member. You won't just save real money on cable. You'll save 10% on Rogers at Home, Cantel AT&T Cellular, AT&T Canada Long Distance, and more. The VIP program. Only we could put something like this together, but only someone like you can appreciate it. You're not going to miss all this, are you?
Snowmobiles are great fun, but problems can arise when they're not driven responsibly. Riding late at night in residential areas is inconsiderate, and loud exhausts and unnecessary engine revving can be very annoying. If you ride off trails, you upset property owners and run the risk of having the access privileges revoked and the trail being closed to all sledders. Please tone it down, stick to the trails, and help conserve Ontario's last frontier. A message from the Ontario Federation of Snowmobile Clubs Environment Committee.
Welcome back to Plugged In. The Environment Canada weather forecast for tonight, variable cloudiness, high near -1. Sunday will be cloudy with scattered flurries, low near -11, high near -2. Monday will see a mix of sun and cloud, low near -8, high near 0. Tuesday, again more sun and cloud, low near -8, high near -1. The probability of precipitation is 10% tonight, 30% for Sunday, and 10% for Monday. It looks like we'll have a nice start to the March break. The summer theater season is around the corner. Coming to Collingwood this summer is a season of murder and mystery. At a recent press conference, Max Haynes was announced as the mystery headliner for Theatre Collingwood's summer season. Irene Thomas had a chance to talk to him.
Collingwood is very proud to be at Eastside Mario's today, March the 3rd, to announce the host of our Mystery Headliner season, who is the famous syndicated columnist as well as writer, Mr. Max Haynes. Max will be performing on May 6th, 7th, and 8th in a way that's most unusual. The Mystery Headliner evening will involve our host as well as 3 very eerie one-act plays, and it will be a night to remember, I guarantee it. Max, we're so pleased to have you in Collingwood to be a part of our theatre season. Is this something you've done before?
Never, and I am excited to be here as well. I think it's just great what you're doing up here.
Max's involvement in the season is obvious. He is one of the best-known crime writers in Canada today, and Theatre Collingwood's season of mystery completely follows the subject of crime. Max, what's a nice guy like you doing in the murder business?
That's a great question. I don't know myself. I've been in it so long, I forget how I got here. But I've been doing this now for 27 years, and my forte is true crime. So we'll mix in a little true crime between the one-act plays come May.
You've written at least 18 books, is that right, Max? And I understand they've all been written on the topics of crime and mystery, except for one.
Yes, I've written 18 books, all but one on the subject of murder. The one that is the exception was written in the main about everyday life, and it had nothing to do at all with crime. And of course, it wasn't near as popular as the crime books.
You have an incredible following, I understand, from your Penguin editor, and the newest book that you have released just before Christmas this year is sold out. I understand it hit number 5 on the bestseller list?
That's right. It's a hardcover book called Canadian Crimes. And really, I hate to say this, but it's kind of hard to get now because it actually did sell out. And that's never happened to me before, and I'm quite thrilled about it.
You also were involved in writing the concept, I guess, behind various murder mystery games, yes, which many of us play at home.
Yes, for 12 years now. We've been coming out with a new edition almost every second year, and this year we've come out with one. The whole series is called An Evening of Murder, and this year's is called In the Dead of Winter. And it's exciting. It's for 8 players, and one of them, of course, as you know very well, Irene, is the murderer. And this one takes place in a ski chalet, and as we talk, yes, of course, it's snowing, and we are in Collingwood, and what could be more apropos?
Most definitely. It sounds like something I would like to pick up tonight myself. Max, it must be very hard for you to constantly come up with new subjects or new information for your various syndicated columns as well as books. How do you...
Well, not really. It isn't that as difficult as one might suppose. Unfortunately, criminals are on the go now at a rate maybe more so than in the past. So murder is still taking place all over the world. And of course, I write about the famous, and then I write about more obscure ones as well. But no, the truth is, I get most of my research from maybe lawyers' transcript and old books, and the criminals themselves sometimes. And the police forces around the world and in Toronto are really very good to me, because now you sort of establish, after such a, over a quarter of a century, is a long time in the same profession, particularly in my profession. That's a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And as a result, you gain a reputation of being fairly honest with your subject matter.
Mm-hmm.
So I do get good cooperation from everybody.
So, Max, what did you think when Stephen Thomas called you back last fall and said, we would like to have Max Hain headline our Theatre Collingwood Summer Season of Mystery?
I figured this is the break that's going to lead directly to Hollywood or Broadway, possibly. But seriously, I'm thrilled and delighted. I think it's wonderful. As I understand it, the Collingwood Theatre Group are top-notch. They're professional and semi-professional players. They put on a terrific performance last year for the season, and I understand this year with the mystery aspect that it's just going to be terrific. And I actually jumped at the opportunity to come here and do this.
Do you think you'll write about this experience in later life?
Only if there's a murder in real life during the play. I think it's the 6th, 7th, and 8th of May.
Thank you very much, Max, for spending a day with us. For more information on Max Haines, you can visit our new box office at the corner of Ontario and Hurontario Street in Collingwood, or call us at 445-2200. This is Irene Thomas for Plugged In.
The Ontario government is planning to open over 400 beds across Simcoe County to look after our aging population. 36 of those beds just opened at Huronia District Hospital in Midland. Plugged In was there to take in the festivities and hear about the changes to health care in our community.
Okay, are we ready?
The Honorable Cam Jackson, Minister of Long-Term Care, was on hand Monday to help cut the ribbon as the North Simcoe Hospital Alliance celebrated the grand opening of its new 36-bed interim long-term care unit. The project, a partnership between HDH and PGH, also involves the support of the community through donations to the Huronia Hospitals Foundation, which funded the capital equipment needed to open the unit.
Yes, Ian, this is an exciting day. It's significant for the county of Simcoe because it means there's 36 beds that are developed in a home-like setting and provide some access for individuals, patients who would need a more home-like setting, and we can provide that home-like setting here.
The other advantage is that it adds $1.8 million to our community over the next 18 months, which is a significant income for our staff and the suppliers that will help us in terms of products and services. And as Doris has mentioned, it is a great unit for 36 long-term care residents, and we look forward to serving them well over the next 18 months.
And what do you think of the place?
Pretty nice. Very nice, yeah. Be nice when it's all finished.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I recommend it, really, highly. My next door neighbor in my apartment, she's coming down here. The guy for herself either. She's trying to get in here. And she's trying to get in the other places, but they're all filled up.
I asked Director of Long-Term Care Services, Marlene Jackson, how they were planning to meet the needs of their residents.
Well, they need activities. They need to be able to get up during the day and have as much of the amenities of home as possible. We try to have crafts and lots of programs. They can go out on trips. They can go out on passes and go home for the weekend. And even though they need care, we hope that this is like home for them.
Now, I noticed in one of the rooms you have the Patient's Bill of Rights on the wall. What's that all about?
Well, of course, patients do have rights to make decisions and to make choices about their care, whether it's what they want to put on today or what they want to eat and or what activities they want to partake in. So we always want to give patients choice.
Now, how did this all come together? It came together pretty quickly, didn't it?
The team of Marlene Jackson, Cindy Hopkins, Carol Lambie, as well as many others in our community helped to put together the proposal starting in the month of July and completing here today, as you see, with the grand opening of the unit.
We'd like to thank the Ministry of Health and Long-Term Care and our local MPPs and all the other healthcare partners, CCAC, the other hospitals that make this event possible and create a very exciting environment.
The Minister for Long-Term Care.
That's our show for this evening. Thanks for staying plugged into your community here on Rogers Community TV. For Plugged In, I'm Valerie Cruz. Have a great evening and a great weekend. Good night.
Whether it's a short drive to the store or a long drive in the country, Tom Smith Chevrolet will get you there. Trucks, you won't be out of luck once you cruise the lot at Tom Smith Chevrolet. In cars, you won't have to look far for those either at Tom Smith Chevrolet. Tom Smith Country, Chevrolet, Oldsmobile, Chevy Trucks on King Street in Midland. Proud to sponsor Plugged In Tuesday through Saturday at 6:30 p.m.
Have a story idea for Plugged In, please feel free to call our viewer response line at 1-877-LOCAL-TV. That's 1-877-562-2588. We'd be happy to hear from you.
Bonjour, ici Nadine Lalonde, au nom de CFRH Radio Huronie, sur les ondes de câble 6, Rogers Cable à Midland. La radio communautaire CFRH diffuse tous les jours sur les ondes de CJBC Radio au 96,5 FM entre 8h15 et 9h et en 17h15 à 17h30. Cette semaine, nous avons beaucoup d'informations sur la Semaine nationale de la francophonie qui commence d'abord avec la Commission nationale des parents francophones qui félicite le commissaire aux langues officielles du Canada pour le rapport publié qui s'appelle « Motivation en ce qui a trait au choix scolaire chez les parents ayant droit hors Québec ». Le rapport reconnaît que l'éducation française est la pierre angulaire du développement communautaire en milieu minoritaire, ainsi que l'importance primordiale de créer un milieu culturel et communautaire autour de l'école. Et dans ce même sens, l'Association canadienne d'éducation de langue française, dans la Semaine nationale de la francophonie, qui se tient du 15 au 26 mars, a diffusé beaucoup de renseignements, en particulier sur le cahier pédagogique virtuel qui se retrouve sur le web à l'adresse de la CELF, www.acelf.ca. Il y a une banque d'activités pédagogiques pour les professeurs et les intervenants en milieu scolaire qui voudraient avoir des activités spéciales pour renforcer l'appartenance à une francophonie internationale. Et aussi un groupe de stage pour les intervenants en milieu scolaire et en milieu d'alphabétisation qui va avoir lieu au mois de juillet à Québec. La CELF a des programmes qui visent à payer certains frais. Vous trouverez aussi l'information sur le web. Et à un numéro 418-681-46 6-1. Encore une fois, dans la question de la francophonie, il y a un symposium d'art actuel qui va avoir lieu pendant le 8e sommet de la francophonie qui se tiendra l'été prochain à Moncton. Ce sera un grand rassemblement pour les francophones de partout au monde. Le symposium d'art actuel va accueillir des œuvres permanentes d'artistes sélectionnés, dont Jean Bélhergé, qui est maintenant établi à Orléans, Ontario, mais qui est originaire de Earlton, au Témiscamingue. Et alors, un gars de notre pays, de notre province. Il y a aussi des gens de partout au monde qui vont participer à ce volet-là du sommet. Mais l'autre volet intéressant s'adresse aux jeunes. Radio Jeunesse du 8e sommet de la francophonie tiendra des stages de formation. Il fallait faire demande pour participer à la formation avec les communications, devenir journaliste. Ils vont diffuser en direct de la radio de l'Université de Moncton 24 heures par jour. Il faut avoir 18 à 30 ans pour participer et avoir de l'expérience un peu avec un cours de communication ou de la radio communautaire ou régionale de n'importe quel pays de la francophonie. Alors, une occasion à ne pas manquer pour les personnes qui seraient intéressées à participer à un projet tout à fait intéressant du côté professionnel pour les jeunes qui s'intéressent à la communication et à la radio. Encore une fois, dans le domaine de la francophonie, il y a le Festival scolaire de théâtre Action qui se tiendra du 29 avril au 1er mai 98, cette fois-ci très proche de chez nous, à l'école Sainte-Famille à Mississauga. Une occasion aussi pour les jeunes francophones qui ont à cœur le théâtre de participer avec 400 autres à des ateliers et des représentations intéressantes sur le plan théâtral. Ce sera, encore une fois, du 29 avril au 1er mai. Plus proche de chez nous, nous avons au plan local le camp d'hiver de la Clé de la Baie en Huronie qui s'adresse aux jeunes. C'est du 15 au 19. Il faut s'inscrire tout de suite. On peut s'inscrire au 1-877-316-6449. Il y aura un spectacle de clôture le 19 à 14h. C'est Thalie d'amour qui a elle s'adresse aux enfants surtout, qui a un beau décor et des beaux personnages. C'est pas juste la chanson. Les enfants connaissent beaucoup. C'est ce qu'il y a de mieux en Ontario français pour le divertissement des jeunes. Et elle sera de passage à Barrie le 20 mars, la Journée internationale de la francophonie, à la paroisse Saint-John-Vianney, rue Baldwin Lane. Alors, si vous êtes intéressé à donner un petit peu de culture francophone pour les jeunes, c'est la chance de participer, soit au camp ou au spectacle de Thalie d'amour. Et en fin de semaine, TFO en scène, Louis Armstrong, je n'ai pas besoin de vous le présenter plus que ça, un trompettiste de talent et de renommée. Alors, je vous remercie beaucoup pour votre attention et je serai de retour à la chronique hebdomadaire CFRH en ondes sur les ondes de Câble 6 Rogers à Midland. Merci. Au revoir.